Welcome to another edition of Real Talk.
Yep, another one.
The 2019 edition of the Academy Awards has been and gone.
Yep, the 92nd Oscars. And Jamal, how do you feel about the Oscars and the show as a whole this year?
Well, I mean, there were obviously snubs going into it that left me even disappointed prior to the awards having taken place, you know. We were just discussing then, Toni Collette getting snubbed for Best Actress, Hereditary getting snubbed for Best Picture.
And obviously there was the winners this year, in my opinion. They're not my choices.
Green Book was a real shot.
I mean, it's our last episode, if you guys haven't seen, I was able to review Green Book. And I said in the review, I liked it a lot. Don't really actually have that many flaws besides it being a very cliche story, in my opinion. There's no new water being treaded. And that was my problem with Green Book. Took me by surprise that it won Best Picture. By the way, it was the 91st Oscars, not the 92nd. I messed up. Sorry. I tried to be so
Better
good.
off not saying it.
But so, should we start off with looking at all the winners? We'll look at
the key ones.
We'll look at the key ones.
We don't care about makeup and hair.
No.
I don't even think makeup and hair care about makeup and hair.
No, because only 3 choices. Looking at the Best Supporting Actress, which was the first award handed out, it was Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, beating out Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone from The Favourite.
And obviously they were the favourites.
And they were. I mean, a lot of people couldn't decide whether or not Emma Stone or Rachel Weisz was going to win, but a lot of people thought it was definitely going to be one of those two. Even though it's surprising because going into this Oscars, a lot of like betting agencies actually said that Regina King would win, but a lot of people still, like critics still said probably not, probably Rachel Weisz, and thought The Favourite would sweep.
I mean, it had that amazing pre-Oscar buzz that it had, which is surprising considering the nature of the director's films previously and pretty much the nature of this one. I know I haven't seen it, but I've seen the reviews. I've obviously heard your review and the fact that it really is going to split people down the middle. You either love it or you hate it.
And this is what kind of leads me into one of the things I said that was great about The Favourite. It was the editing. I enjoyed the way that was cut. This isn't a major category, but I want to say it real quick. Bohemian Rhapsody for film editing. Are you kidding me? I had a Vice. I had a Black Klansman. I had a
editing for Vice was incredible. Adam McKay has been killing
Adam McKay is oh man.
The director's stepbrothers himself.
Yeah, and to be fair with Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't really know what could be said about that film that it did better than any of the others that was nominated. But we'll carry on anyways. But I just wanted to add that real quick. I feel like that was an unjust
supporting
decision.
Actor. Let's go to that next.
Supporting actor was Mahershala Ali,
which I like.
And
I like that.
He beat out Adam Driver for Black Klansman. Sam Rockwell for Vice, which I liked him a lot in that. But
yeah, he was good.
You and I thought Sam Elliott. A Star Is Born.
It's true. So I am a big fan of Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Said that right this week as well.
Yeah, you did.
I've been rehearsing in front of the
He was
mirror.
repeating it over and over again before the camera.
I just want to impress him.
He was in True Detective this season as well.
You know what he was in as well, which I don't think many people know. I didn't know. He was the uncle in
Spider-Man. Yeah,
I did not know that until the other day.
No, what film? You're going to set me off a tangent.
Why didn't that get nominated for Best Picture
That's the question of the day. And, I mean, although I wanted Sam Elliott to win for Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali was phenomenal. And I think a lot of people who have seen Green Book would agree that he was great. The reason why I would choose Sam Elliott personally is because I felt like, as a supporting role, what Sam Elliott was able to do with his brief time hit me harder than what Mahershala Ali did.
He had a fully fleshed out character.
Yeah.
I mean, that relationship between himself and Bradley Cooper was really heartfelt. You know, it's that idea of the brother that never quite lived up to his siblings.
Yeah.
Massive reputation, massive success. He's always going to be left in the dark sort of thing. And then to have that moment to the end, that heartbreaking moment where he'd done everything to make Bradley Cooper done everything to make his brother proud. That was a killer blow.
I think he has the best scene, probably one of the best scenes from last year, when he's driving away and just
it's horrible. It's horrible.
So that to me was not a shock, but more I'm sad that my choice didn't get
but it is nice to see Mahershala Ali become a 2-time Oscar winner. He's joining a bit of an exclusive club there.
Now let's talk real quickly. There's one that I love, which is original score. Music for film for me is really one of the best.
One of the main characters in a movie.
It really is. And I'm happy to see that Black Panther won. Ludwig Göransson. And I think people who watch Black Panther are able to realize it has a very tribal African feel to the music.
It elevated it to a truly different level. You know, for a Disney film and a Marvel film to fully embrace the culture of Africa. You know this fictional place, Wakanda. So well. And then on top of that, the soundtrack. I know I mention this every time. The Kendrick Lamar soundtrack. That goes hand in hand with the film itself. That was a really special time for cinema. It really did feel like a culture shift.
It felt bigger than a superhero film.
It felt like an event, just like Into the Spider-Verse did. I think last year was really, really special. That those two were such colossal shifts. And to think that we still had the biggest superhero film of all time.
Infinity War is still, in my opinion, I'm not. This isn't me putting this putting Black Panther or Spider-Verse down. Although what we're saying about Black Panther and Into the Spider-Verse,
it just felt special.
It felt special,
new and innovative.
Infinity War for me still takes the cake, though.
Yeah, Infinity War was this. It was tying up this near 10 year. It was a 10-year story, and it was just the stuff that dreams are made of. But coupling that with two projects that just felt fresh and interesting, which is really difficult to get
for a superhero film
in the year 2018.
And let's not discount the fact as well that Into the Spider-Verse, although it's not nominated for Best Picture, I think that's the unsung hero of the Oscars.
Yeah, because it won the Best Anime.
It won Best Anime, which is what I was just going to add real quick, is that it did win. Unsurprisingly, I thought it should have been nominated for Best Screenplay, Best Adapted Screenplay ahead of...
I think we need to blur the lines in between what makes a good film and what, makes a subcategory good film. Because I feel that was a huge part of cinema across the board last year. It transcended what makes an animated film be in that category. That was a beautiful piece of cinema.
No, I think maybe one thing that we could say about this Oscars is that maybe they'll take away the fact, because a lot of people were disappointed by the nominations, about Into the Spider-Verse, and it wasn't just those. They also felt that Green Book winning Best Picture, which we'll get into, was undeserved. They felt there was a lot of decisions, a lot of nominations that simply just didn't make sense, and maybe the Oscars and the Academy overall can maybe have a relook at everything they're doing.
With these things, you're never going to please everybody. But, all we can do as film fans is look at the bright side of things. Of course. There have been some amazing moments, as we've just said there. Let's go to Best Actor and Actress.
Yeah. So, Best Actor for me is someone who I predicted would win, but I didn't want to win. Only because I felt like Christian Bale in Vice gave us the best performance of his career.
Really?
I said this in my Vice thing. I think it might be his best. But Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Amazing.
Which I'm not surprised that he won. I predicted that he would win, but I think I had a feeling that Christian Bale would be overlooked for his role. And I think there are a lot of people out there who don't feel the same way as me. So I'm not...
It's a testament to the competition.
But Rami Malek was incredible. Yeah. He was incredible as Freddie Mercury. He was able to encapsulate everything that made the mustache menace brilliant.
I think what goes into an actor and the character itself winning that Best Actor is the love that fans will have for the character, and Dick Cheney isn't a lovable character on the surface. And whereas someone like Freddie Mercury, universally loved across the board.
And people have been anticipating this movie for a long time. And I think to have a movie like this be pulled off, although I did just slate it for its editing, but to have a movie like this pulled off the way that I did, I loved it. And Rami Malek probably put in the best performance ahead of Christian Bale from last year. So I'm not sad.
And there were so many skeptics going into that film as well. Yeah. I remember the day when he was announced and the first image was released. The day the first image was released was when the anticipation actually started building, because prior to that, when you did Rami Malek next to Freddie Mercury,
it didn't look alike.
What the hell are they doing?
You saw the still image of him performing.
Like, wow, this could be something special.
And I don't think there's much more to say there. Should we move on to Best Actress?
Best Actress.
So, another person that I spoke to, a lot of people saying that I think would win, was Olivia Colman for The Favourite. I loved her in The Favourite. If you see my review, I praise her. I think she's great. Definitely don't think she was the best person in this category because I believe Lady Gaga was the best.
Yeah.
And then let's not forget the
Big
fact
snub.
that the biggest snub though was Toni Collette not even being nominated. So I guess we can't talk about that now. But I mean, in hindsight, I mean,
it's a shame.
It's
a shame.
Olivia Colman's incredible though.
Yeah.
But Lady Gaga was better than.
Lady Gaga brought a tear to my eye.
Oh.
If she, it's a tricky situation that she's in now for a career. What the hell are you doing?
Doing what Lady Gaga does in the film, D. You all know what I'm talking
That's
about.
so weird. Don't do that again.
Do you want me to do it to you?
Nope.
Okay, carry on.
I can't
then.
look at you right now. Yeah, she's in a really tough spot in her career because she could walk away having done one film.
And she probably has a better performance than most actresses out there.
But I really want to see what she does next, but she's got to pick her roles really carefully because
She can't do a musical role again.
No, she's got to be really particular about what she picks. I could see her in a Quentin Tarantino movie. She was actually a cameo in the second Sin City film, but obviously,
and she was obviously in American Horror Story as well.
oh yeah,
Can't
true.
forget about that.
But in terms of a true big budget, leading role,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was a breakout moment.
And a great performance. But congratulations to Olivia Colman, who, again, although I thought Lady Gaga might have deserved it more than her, Olivia Colman, you were fantastic.
Let's not take away anything from her
of
because
course
she has
not.
been a mainstay in British television.
She was surprised when she won, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you see? I don't mean to interrupt you, but did you see her?
Yeah.
She was not expecting to win either. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to
She's
interrupt
really
you.
animated, isn't
Honestly,
she? She's an animated
and I think
person.
that's what kind of makes us love that she won, though.
Yeah.
Was that she didn't feel
She was the
snooty.
ultimate underdog. She was in a show called Peep Show, Channel 4, one of the best sitcoms ever made. And she's been in and around British dramas, comedies for years and years, and suddenly she's got this big break on the big stage in Hollywood. And she's got people like Rachel Weisz, Emma Stone worshipping her. Emma Stone has grown up around Hollywood, and for someone like Olivia Colman to get in that world and get that love,
Get that appreciation from her.
it's awesome. It's great to see.
Moving on to Best Director. So, Best Director, this is where, in my opinion, the Oscars really messed up. The person who wins Best Director,
Bradley Cooper got snubbed. even
Bradley Cooper did get
before,
snubbed. He
big time.
did get
And he said
snubbed.
he took that hard as well.
And I can't blame him. But Alfonso Cuarón won Best Director. Now, I'm going to quickly also talk about Best Picture. Best Picture was Green Book.
Yeah.
The director for Green Book wasn't even nominated.
See, this is where it gets really weird in terms of how seriously film fans and just, skeptics in general of how these award schemes work. It's going to get confusing because why should a person get nominated for a piece of the work they've done for one category and then get ignored for the next?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
It almost goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Almost. And I'm not taking anything away from Alfonso Cuarón. I believe he's a fantastic director. He also won cinematography for his own film, which that's
crazy.
no low feat. That's
crazy.
amazing.
And it's a testament to the quality of filmmakers coming out of Mexico
Yes,
as well, because they
yes.
have been killing it.
So what have we got? We got Alfonso Cuarón this year, Guillermo del Toro from last year.
Iñárritu twice in a row.
Iñárritu, yeah.
So
And then Alfonso Cuarón won a few years ago
Yeah,
for
so it's
Gravity.
2013, 14, 15, 16.
And then 2018 and 2019.
Yeah. What was 2017? Who won it?
2017. I don't know. I can't remember personally. But it was Damien Chazelle for La La Land.
No, it was Moonlight.
No, Moonlight won Best Picture,
but Damien Chazelle won.
Fully deserved and
Wow.
still deserved Best Picture. But we're not going to talk
Big
about that.
testament to Mexico.
No, 100%. And I'm
testament.
happy for him. I just felt the whole Green Book thing, because we'll go into Best Picture now, but Green Book won Best Picture ahead of, let's talk about these films. Black Panther. Don't agree with it being nominated, but okay. You told me he placed the bet.
You bought me a drink as well.
I paid you back for that debt.
Good man.
Stupid bet, though.
Good man.
Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Amazing.
The Favorite, Roma, A Star Is Born, Vice. If you were to ask me, I feel like the majority of these films are better than Green Book, but Green Book took the cake. Green Book won, and also won Best Screenplay, and also won Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
Was nominated for Best Director, though. We discussed this. Feel like if your film's going to be nominated, if your film's going to win for Green Book, how can you not nominate the director behind it? Maybe that's
weird one.
It's different, and even I probably placed The Favorite above Green Book in terms of quality. And I did slate The Favorite quite a bit when we were talking about it. But I feel like for what it did for film as a whole, as opposed to Green Book,
it's more original, is what you're saying. Yeah,
kind of.
The Favorite brought something different to the table.
Yeah,
and Green Book was just a play it safe by the numbers award season film.
And then you know we're talking about A Star Is Born as well, which I placed that above.
I
Green
adore
Book.
that film, even though you can argue that it's Oscar bait. You know, to be fair, I looked at that and I didn't think Oscar bait.
No, I didn't think that either.
But in hindsight, you know, I think in a few years people are going to look at that and say, oh, that was an Oscar bait film. You know, it's a film built on romance.
Maybe.
These two lovers who were never meant to meet, but
it's such a...
It's a beautiful film.
A Star Is Born. Now, it wasn't in my... I don't think it was in my top 5. I loved it. I personally feel like Black Klansman probably should have beaten...
Black Klansman was awesome.
Oh, it was incredible.
Great.
I love The Favorite. I'm not. There's people out there who are stupid, like getting mad that Green Book won. Like, it's still a good film.
Yeah.
Like, can you not just appreciate that all these other films, including Black Panther, a freaking superhero movie's been nominated?
Yeah, that was groundbreaking.
And
really groundbreaking.
Although I do think if we're gonna stay on Best Picture for a second, because we didn't do an Oscar preview, I don't think, did we? Did we do an Oscar preview?
I think we briefly touched on it in the end of the last episode.
Okay. But I mean, for Black Panther to be nominated for Best Picture, but not director, actress, actor, any other category besides the Best Original Score.
Because if you're going to nominate that for Best Picture, you might as well nominate Michael B. Jordan for Best Supporting Actor.
Maybe.
I think if you're going to do that.
You know, probably... Honestly, I don't think the acting was all that stellar besides from Michael B. Jordan. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Besides Michael B. Jordan.
No,
so if you're going to nominate anyone else, he gets nominated. Given the statement that we just made about it getting recognised in other categories.
But I think if you gotta look at screenplay as well for Black Panther, I think the amount of love that Ryan Coogler gave that, even as a director, I mean, I appreciate that Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. I'm just saying, if you're gonna nominate for that and not nominate for anything else, something's a bit fishy. Under the water. So that's the Oscars right there. It was quite an underwhelming year. Hopefully next year we can see something better.
That is it for our post-Oscars show. I hope you enjoyed listening to us talk and taking in our opinions. Whole other year now ahead of us.
Honestly, and I'm excited because there are a lot of potential great movies coming out this year. We've got another film from the Hereditary director coming out.
Midsommar.
And we've got a lot of promising films coming to the new year.
If you had to pinpoint 3 films that you could see getting nominated for Best Picture next year, what would they be?
Off the top of my head right now. So we've got Quentin Tarantino's film coming out this year.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and then we've got Midsommar, which, what's the director's name?
Ari Aster.
You see, this last part is a bit tricky because, obviously, Martin Scorsese has The Irishman coming, which, I mean, if you ask me, Martin Scorsese is probably my top 3 directors of all time. And I would never say no to him having a Best Picture nomination, so I'll say The Irishman for my 3rd. What about you? Flow it back.
Right, so... I agree with why.
I know what you're gonna say, and I think
I know what I'm gonna say.
Us?
Yep.
Do you think us?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off with us, Jordan Peele. That film looks absolutely bananas.
March 22nd.
I can't wait for it. Yeah, a few weeks. Your birthday.
Day after my birthday.
Yeah. Jordan Peele's Us, and I'm gonna go the same as you. Once Upon a Time in America and The Irishman.
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you never doubt Martin Scorsese and never doubt Quentin Tarantino.
De Niro, Pacino, Keitel, Pesci, all in the same movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio, and then Al Pacino, and then Brad Pitt.
Yeah, we're talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood there. Kurt Russell.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Whoa,
don't even get me started. We probably should end this video pretty soon.
Okay.
We're going to keep talking
Michael Madsen.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking Margot Robbie. But I'm excited. And I think this Oscars, although it was disappointing,
on the whole, it was,
we still love films.
We had that amazing performance, though, which somehow got us the most views we've ever had in our lives. 4.3 million views on a video that has now been took down due to copyright. That stuff happens. 17k likes, 17,000
retweets. So make sure you're following us on Twitter at Real Talk Keys.
We're nearly at 2k followers now.
Yeah, fantastic. And the involvement from the fans have been showing recently.
Awesome.
So thank you for that, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay updated. We've got another video coming out real soon. Thank you.
real soon. See what you did there?